It's a great day, my amazing CEOs. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle, the place where you can come to really focus on your sales department meeting so you can focus on your sales strategy, your sales structure, and at the end of the day, your sales systems that you use in order to not only serve more people, but at the end of the day, be able to have a profitable business that truly impacts humanity in the way that you always wanted to be. So I'm so excited to hear. My promise is this will be a good use of your time. And thank you so much for allowing us to stream and be a part of your sales department meeting this morning, by the way. And one of our core philosophies that we share every single morning is that success leaves clues. And why that's important to you as a CEO, why you even want to know that, is that we understand that CEOs go through different things. So if someone else has done it and we can learn from their challenges, we can learn from their successes, then man, what a good place for us to step into. So every morning we do a case study so we can look at the clues that other CEOs have done in order for them to be successful. So let's get started and let's take a look at the first case study this morning. Super excited. Thanks for being here. Imagine trying to find the perfect pair of shoes online back in 1999. Now, it was quite a challenge. Nick Swannon with a dream of making this easier. He's the founder. And he started what would become Zappos after facing difficulty of finding the right shoes. But selling shoes online, that seemed to be a tough challenge back then. Would people risk buying something they couldn't try on? This risky idea became the start of something, very, very huge. So let's just fast forward a few years to 2008. Now there's a financial crisis going on. Zappos had to make tough decisions. They were running out of money even after rejecting Amazon's buy offer once. The economic downturn made it hard to secure the necessary credit lines for inventory. Now these challenges made the board think again when Amazon came back, offering $1.2 billion with the promises to keeping Zappos' special culture intact. Now, Amazon's buyout in 2009 was a lifesaver, allowing Zappos to avoid financial crisis while keeping its unique approach to great customer service and its super sales system in place. They thought it was different. It was unique. You could try on shoes and you could return the shoes. So Zappos revolutionized customer service and their unique selling message by making it their number one priority. Customer service, sales message. You don't like it, you send it back. What? Would women do that? Would people do that? They understood that, hey, when you have a happy customer, they were key to ongoing success. And so with a culture of care and a sales message that said, we want to deliver to the community, their sales strategies didn't just rely on upselling, but instead, hear me out, didn't just rely on upselling. Instead, it focused on the sales message of building trust and relationships. And this kind of sales leadership where customer service and the sales message go hand in hand to drive business, it became a huge part of Zappos' brand, showing that putting people first, the client first, with a sales message really matters. It wasn't just about you can send back shoes, although that was cool. It's about we care about you. So what's my big takeaway for you as the CEO this morning? It's the importance of having a sales strategy that is linked and tied heavily into your sales message that is built on listening to your clients, but also plan that message back to them so you can serve them. Zappos created an environment that naturally led to not only superior customer service, but setting a standard in the industry for any CEO. And in doing that, they were able to see their sales go up, 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 up and away. With that being said, my name, by the way, is Shay Brown. Welcome to the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you this morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks for being part of what we do. And every morning, we like to always get back to our core philosophy, one of our core mantras. And it's a mantra I believe that every CEO should have like every single day. Like when you meet with your sales department and you have that meeting in the morning, like the first message to the sales department should be these three words. Like as a CEO, kicking off the meeting saying, what are we going to do today? 3 words. Go ahead and jot these 3 words down. It's the mantra of what we believe for every sales department, and it drives the business. And that is focus on sales. That is focus on sales. That is focus on sales. Go ahead and say that out loud. Focus on sales, focus on sales, focus on sales. Here's the obvious reason why. If you can't focus on sales, you can't be in business. And you might be wondering why. It's because sales is the oxygen for every great business in history. So without sales, there's always more money going out than there is coming in. The message is loud. The message is clear. Is that selling at the end of the day, that's this conversation. That's this CEO Sales Huddle. Sales is serious, serious, serious business. But then we go over to the CEO and say, hey, what's our responsibility as the CEO? What do we need to focus on? Where should we be in? Well, we have a pledge, and our pledge is learn, earn, and return. Now, this is something we say as a CEO every single morning. In fact, repeat after me. I have to learn something new in order to bring in new revenue from current clients, in order to get old and new clients to return. So I must learn, I must earn, and I must return. We don't stop there. This is a sales meeting. This is a sales conversation. This is a sales huddle about you and your business and your revenue. So we got to have 3 objectives. What are our 3 objectives that we want to lay out right now? And I'm sure you have objectives of every sales meeting you attend. First objective is, let's take a look at what's working. No, seriously, let's take a look at what's working, and let's take a look at the numbers. Number 2, let's address any roadblocks that are out there. What's holding us back? Like, seriously, like, what's the number one thing that's holding us back? And number 3 that I think is most important is, let's understand the 5 sales pillars that every CEO must know and understand in order to be successful. So you're in the sales meeting now. This is your sales huddle. Thanks for allowing us to stream to you right now. And I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. Hey, what worked yesterday? Obviously. What were the hurdles yesterday? Got it. But then more importantly, hey, what are the 5 sales pillars that I've got to be aware of? First, take out your 1-page CEO sales plan. Like open it up right now and take a look at it. 1 page. Number 2, what's the sales cycle you're going through? Got it, Shay. And then just like we did with the case study this morning, I thought was super important. What's the sales message that's mapped to your sales strategy that's in line with the sales system? Now, when you do that, it makes it a little bit easier. And then last but not least, we got to take a look at the CEO dashboard. If you haven't downloaded it, go ahead and download today. We're going to spend a whole segment just on that. And then what about your sales team? Maybe you are the sales team, or maybe you're building a 7-figure sales team. Now, for those folks that are tuning in, by the way, I love connecting with you every morning. It's so fun. Thanks for all the DMs and messages. Do me a favor. Look right below the video. Look right below the video. If you're on one of the live platforms, and you can do that right now, and put hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here. Hashtag I'm here is the bat signal from one CEO to another CEO. And I'll respond to every single one. Or maybe you can't do that. Maybe listen to the replay. You're not here at 8 a.m. in the morning. Maybe you're here at 8 p.m. Maybe you're here at 4 o'clock. Maybe you're here during a break that you have today. It's okay. You're in the conversation. Go ahead and put hashtag replay. Look right below the video and put hashtag replay. For everyone else who's just tuning in and you're joining in right now, do me a favor. Let's connect. Maybe on one of the on-demand streaming platforms. We appreciate you. So you get over there now to @IamCheBrown, @IamCheBrown, and go ahead and drop me a DM right now. Drop me a DM right now. Go ahead and put that in there right now. And I'm going to respond back to you because I love doing it. It's so amazing. The question that comes up often, and it's a fair and reasonable question, is what's the purpose of the CEO Sales Huddle? Why does it exist? Why show up? Why am I here, Shay? Well, the CEO Sales Huddle is a place where CEOs gather to understand how to sell more faster, quicker, easier, with less effort. Fall in a structure and a system because we have a big why. It's about sales growth. When you come every single week, I only want to know, how have sales grown? How have sales grown? What steps and measures do we have in place to make our sales grow? And it only comes when we make an offer. Accountability and consistency. And you may have heard this before because it's so true that consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. And having said that, what's the one area people struggle with the most, myself included? It's about being consistent. So we only ask for 15 minutes a day. So you get to show up for 15 minutes a day. That's pretty cool, by the way. And you think about it. What's the best use of your time? There are 1,440 minutes in every day. Now, if there's 4,439 minutes or less, it might be a problem. But there's only 4,440 minutes. So you're going to slow down and spend 1% of your day. That's 1% of your day to get one outcome. And that outcome is to generate $100,000 a month of consistent, predictable, reliable revenue. This is over and beyond whatever you're earning today. You focus on your sales system. You focus on your sales strategy. You focus on your sales message. And as a result, with the right structure, you generate $100,000 a month over and beyond whatever you're earning. And people say, Shay, what do I need to measure? What do I need to look at? Well, there was a problem. Folks didn't have something. And we were working with clients, and just up until recently, just our private clients we did this with. Now we've opened up to the public for members of the CEO Sales Huddle. And now we say, well, there's 5 key metrics. A lot of things you can look at. A lot of areas you could review. So many moving points, but there's only 5 critical areas. And these 5 critical areas, if we don't have an eye on what's going on, it's like if we don't step on a scale every morning, we might not know what our true weight is, right? So let's look at those 5 areas. There's leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. Now we have a philosophy. Philosophy is what gets measured, gets managed. What gets managed gets better. So you can open up the CEO sales dashboard. You can take a look right now and say, wait a minute. There are leads, appointments, offers, deals, and repeat business. So I'm going to go to one category. You go across the top for all my new folks. You can go to ceosaleshuddle.com and download this right now. And we get that dashboard, go to today's date. You can go step by step. It's a sales sheet, so you can put your product in there. You can measure it. But let's go down to offers. And we only got one question. How many offers did you make today? Yesterday in the sales department. And how many offers did you make the day before yesterday? And how many offers did you make the day before that? See, what I found is what gets measured gets managed. What gets managed gets better. If you didn't make an offer to sign a contract, you didn't make an offer to take the next step, you didn't make an offer to talk about the credit card, you didn't make an offer to talk about what's next for them, guess what? It's no surprise. It's no surprise that the sales may not be where we want them to be. But we don't stop there. We don't beat ourselves up. No. We're going to stop and we're going to slow down for a moment after we review what's working and what's not working. And now we have the numbers in to support the 5 key areas inside of our CEO sales dashboard. Now we'll step back and we'll say, whoa. Got a question? Sure. What's the question, Shay? Question is a very legitimate question, which is powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. Let's ask ourselves 3 things that happened yesterday. And you can go ahead and jot this down in your notes right now. I think this works just super fine. And go ahead and put this down. Number 1, what are you most proud of yesterday in the sales department? Number 2, what was your biggest accomplishment yesterday in the sales department? Number 3, what's the one thing you want to brag about? Like if you could brag, come on here and just brag. What would you want to brag about right now? You see, powerful people ask powerful questions because questions steer focus. And in this life, you get what you focus on. So we'll go to the other side because every day is not rainbow, cupcakes, and unicorn. There are some hurdles out there. What was your biggest roadblock yesterday? What's preventing you today from moving forward? Go ahead and answer those questions. Like answer them right now. And what's the one thing you can do that if you did it, it would move your life and or business forward? Powerful people ask powerful questions. Why? Because questions steer focus. And we're going to focus on what are the hurdles. My message to you today is consistency. I want you to step back. And in the sales department, I want you to be consistent at allocating as a CEO the resources, allocating as a CEO the processes, but be consistent in the time that's given to the sales department so that the sales department can have the tools and resources it needs in order to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And the number one challenge that challenges a number of folks is just being consistent and keeping the main thing the main thing. When you do that, you will see your sales go up and away. With that being said, my name is Shay Brown, host of the CEO Sales Huddle. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make it a great day. And my promise is we'll make some good things how we connect again next time. God bless. And wow, keep doing God's work. Peace.